Get us on Twitter real quick.
Hey Dave, you there? Stand by. All right, I'll go ahead and put you in queue. It'll be about 4 or 5 minutes, okay? All right, stand by. All right, you guys ready?
Welcome into this Monday edition. Another Monday to get you going. Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid Tennessee Bone and Joint. We are coming to you live from the Lee Company studio and glad to be doing so. Hope you all are having a fantastic start to your week. I know it has been a whirlwind for us as we officially began our duties today with Main Street Media. So excited to be a part of a team that is expanding community journalism rather than shutting it down. And a lot of other folks are happy as well. So, if you are out there and you are looking for a way to find Main Street Murray, we will be coming to you and bringing it to you very soon. You can go ahead and sign up for the free for a year print product. So we'll get that going to you, and we'll have all of that information to you on sm-tnsports.com very soon. You will have that ability. You can use our website to funnel through, as they say. It is 9 minutes past the hour of 4 o'clock, and we have Mo Patton across the way. Mo, what's up?
Not much. Just, you pretty well covered it all. It's been a pretty exciting 72 hours or so.
Hasn't it? Hasn't. JP Plant is on the board on the controls and apparently helping. Well, he's also doing video and everything else. So if you're seeing our video shots, he's the guy. And boy, we couldn't do this without him because I you know as well as I do, I'm pretty well lost.
Well, we've had this discussion. You can host and do audio. You can host and do video. You can do audio and video. But you can't do all three.
You cannot do all three. Cannot be done. Trust me.
But
we've tried.
But with JP doing the audio and the video.
And killing the game. I don't know what he's looking for, but I wish I could help you find it, JP. But instead, I have to host. So here we are.
And it looks, as we were discussing off air earlier, it looks as if he still hasn't found
what he's looking for. There's a song reference in there somewhere. Man, we've got a great show for you guys today, and super excited to get into it because the Atlanta Braves, who are idle today, went 5-1 over their last two series. And the one shouldn't have been a one. Is what it is.
Yeah.
I will not dwell right now. Oh,
that's no sense in it.
That show.
I mean,
dude just.
So I gotta stop you just a second because I did not watch the induction speeches.
Mm-hmm.
You said 6 minutes?
That's all they gave him. 6 minutes.
Oh, well, there were a bunch of them, I guess, if everybody gave one. So okay. Well, that explains a lot.
And let me tell you, the fact that he kept it to 6 minutes surprised everybody in the room.
Well, just following directions.
Listen, this man, and we'll get to it, but he hand selected the photos and put them in order so that as he was doing his speech, the photo would match what he was talking about.
Well, attention to detail. I mean, he is a quarterback.
He is, yeah. He's not the sheriff for no reason.
Running everything.
So,
yeah.
Thought that was neat. We'll talk about that and some of the cool busts that were unveiled and much more. And we'll get to all of that. So, plenty to talk about today on the show. Glad to get to it. But we told you about Main Street Murray. We told you about Main Street Media, Main Street Preps. We are super excited to have with us on the phone in this segment
our new boss,
the man who signs the front of the checks, Dave Gould. Dave, thanks for joining us, and we are so excited to be on board with you in this this venture.
Well, hey guys, and we are really excited to have you all on this venture with us as well. We're excited to be in Murray County and excited to get started really today, and really excited as we head toward the next couple of weeks to getting this paper launched. And I do have one thing to say. I was listening to your conversation about the Hall of Fame speeches being 6 minutes long, and Mo, I think when I watched your Tennessee Sports Writers Hall of Fame speech, it was about 6 minutes. So I think Peyton's just following your lead.
Yeah, no. I had to keep it at 6 minutes just because I just didn't feel like I had a whole lot to say that anybody wanted to hear, to be honest, Dave. But I appreciate you mentioning that. But no, as Chris said, just let me echo, we're really looking forward to being involved in this this venture here in Murray County, and advancing community journalism in a community that is really desirous of something along those lines. We've seen what you've done in a number of other communities in and around Nashville, and really excited to be a part of that. Kind of surprised us with the news release last Friday, but we didn't expect to get scooped on our own new jobs, but it's worked out well, and I think it's created a lot of excitement over the weekend. Heard a lot of good things, and expect that to continue as we get closer to the launch and to the actual print product debut, which is going to be on Wednesday, August 25th.
Absolutely, and you're right, Mo. We have been doing, Main Street's been doing this sort of thing for the last 8 years across Middle Tennessee. This is our 13th newspaper, so we're as far north as Montgomery County up in Clarksville, Wilson County to the east, Cheatham County to the west, and now we're going to be in Murray County, and just about everything in between. And there is a real desire and hunger out there for local, hyper-local news and information about a community. And that's what we focus on. We focus on local government and local people and high school sports and who got married and events and all sorts of things like that. So that's really what drives people's lives and what they really enjoy reading about and learning about. And that's what we've done. And we're excited to do the same thing in Murray. And we know, from the people that we've talked to over the last, couple of months, really, we've heard a lot of that. There's a real desire for that sort of news. And we are excited to be able to bring it to them starting in a couple of weeks.
I guarantee you people will read that no matter what any journalism experts tell you. What's going on in people's communities, and like you said, who's getting married, and what streets are getting torn up and not getting put back together, or whatever else. People will read stuff that impacts them, and again, looking forward to being able to provide that on your platforms.
Well, absolutely, and we're excited about that as well, and just speaking to what you all do with sports, and it's one of our most popular parts of what we do. We have 11 full-time people, including you guys now in the company, who focus on local sports. And that's super exciting because, there's a real link between different communities in Middle Tennessee, probably anywhere, and their high schools. And so, we love to cover it. We love getting names and faces in the paper. But we love covering lots of sports. We love football. Our readers love football, and it is the biggest and most popular sport that we cover. But the reality is we care, too, about volleyball and girls soccer and baseball and softball and track and cross country and everything else. I know you guys feel the same way, and that's really exciting, too. So there's lots of kids out there playing high school sports. There's lots of stories to be told. We love to tell them. We like to celebrate what they're doing, and we like to share that news with readers, and we're going to be excited to do that in Maury County.
Dave, when we get started with this thing, it like you said, it will be it's not your first publication. This isn't your first rodeo. But what was it that prompted you to bring hyperlocal journalism back to communities?
Well, I was in the newspaper business prior to starting this company 8 years ago. I worked for Gannett, who owns the Daily Herald and Tennessean and a lot of newspapers around the country. And, it was clear that, at least in the daily newspaper world, things weren't necessarily going in the right direction. And, sometimes you have to remind yourself when you're in the day-to-day of that, why did I get in this business in the first place? And, for me, I got in this business because I love local journalism. I love local stories. I love local communities and what they do and the impact it can have. And so as I started thinking about my career and where it was going and thought that there were certainly opportunities to do that and provide that in some communities with more hyper-local newspapers. It's just, it's such an important thing. We're there for the community. We're there to tell their stories. We're there to report history. We're there to provide scrapbook material. We're there to do all those sorts of things that people love about their community. And also, an important part of this, too, I don't want to forget to say this, and it's an important part of Main Street Media, is you want to have good journalism. You want to have someone there who's keeping an eye on what's going on, who's making sure that, our elected officials are doing what they've been elected to do and that they're being good stewards of tax dollars and good stewards of the resources that they're given. It's a real critical part of what we do as well. So all of those things, I just enjoy it, just love it, love being able to be part of the community. And, Maury County is just a great place. There's so much history there. And then it's also, it's growing. And so much of what's happening in Middle Tennessee is happening in a place like Maury. So we're just super excited about being there.
Well, we're excited about being part of it as well. Dave Gold, owner of Main Street Media, joining us on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports today. Dave, thank you so much. We look forward to it, and we will get going here as soon as we get off the air. We'll start, doing work and stuff.
That sounds good, guys. Looking forward to it as well. Thank you both so much.
All right, Dave Gold again, owner of Main Street Media, and new boss. It's exciting. Mo, we have something that we do want to touch on, but I think we can talk a little bit more about it later. But over the weekend we had a middle school jamboree.
Well, if you can call two teams playing a jamboree, yeah, the WKOM Front Porch Sports Kickoff Jamboree, Kickoff Classic, WKOM Front Porch Sports Kickoff Classic took place Saturday over at Columbia Academy with the middle school Bulldogs and Withorn Middle School Hook and Horns, and the host team coming away with a 36-0 victory in that event. And just wanted to send out kudos to the middle school Bulldogs for handling their business. We've got a middle school schedule for this week up on our website, sm-tnsports.com. I think there's like 4 games, regular season games set for Thursday across Maury County. So it's getting started. We got Tullahoma and Columbia Central in a scrimmage tomorrow over at Columbia Central. I think Mount Pleasant goes to Waverly. We've got the Maury County Jamboree on Friday night over at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. 3 high school matchups there, CA and Goodpasture, Spring Hill and Dixon County, and Central and Creekwood, I believe, are the matchups. And then a week from Friday, it gets real at the high school level.
It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
Yeah. And, I think, with everything that we didn't get last year because of the pandemic and everything, I think everybody has really enjoyed, the 7-on-7, the scrimmages. I think they're going to enjoy the jamborees. And I think there was just a new appreciation for all of that stuff this preseason after not being able to do that last year.
I don't think there's any question. No question at all. People are not just players and coaches, but fans alike.
Yeah. I mean, the number of people that you've seen at these scrimmages is pretty amazing.
And there have been several. I mean, just stands packed, especially in at the pit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lincoln County and Fayetteville City, first meeting ever in football this past Friday night, and they actually sold tickets, which I didn't know you could do that.
It was,
for one thing. But
the TSSAA requires that it look more like a practice than a game, but they wore game uniforms. I mean, they weren't.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They weren't playing around. So
yeah,
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, the defending state champion Fayetteville City Tigers going to the pit. Interesting.
Anyway, yes, it was. All right. We are well past our first break, and that's okay. We will get out of this segment here shortly, but first, we give you the Monday Rundown.
Here's the Rundown. The Monday Rundown is brought to you by Zion Christian Academy, providing a Christ-centered college prep education at an affordable cost. Call 931-388-5731 or visit zioneagles.org to schedule an appointment for a tour today.
In action from the Little League Southeast Regional Tournament down in Warner Robins, Georgia on Friday, Tennessee, that's Nolensville, Tennessee, fell to the host Georgia team 6-5, bounced back in double elimination play on Sunday with an 11-3 win over West Virginia, and earlier today defeated South Carolina 8-3 to stay alive in that tournament.
In Major League Baseball action on Friday night, it was the White Sox 8, the Cubs 6 in 10. Reds blanked the Pirates 10-0. Braves 8, Nationals 4. Also in 10 innings was the Brewers, a 2-1 winner over San Francisco. The St. Louis Cardinals got a 4-2 win over Kansas City, and the Diamondbacks dealt Ryan Weathers another loss in an 8-5 victory over the Padres.
In Saturday Major League Baseball action, it was the White Sox again defeating the Cubs 4-0. The Reds defeated the Pirates 11-3. It was the Giants 9, the Brewers 6 in 11 innings. St. Louis defeated Kansas City 5-2, and Washington scored 3 runs in the 9th off Will Smith to defeat the Braves 3-2.
Yeah. On Sunday, the Reds squeaked by the Pirates 3-2. It was the Giants 5, Milwaukee 4. White Sox in the nightcap on ABC with a 9-3 win over the Cubs, and the Braves did beat the Nationals 5-4 to take that series. In MLS action, Nashville with an unfortunate defeat as they fell in to Miami 2-1 with a header in extra time. That's their first loss of the season.
Football action over the weekend in Canada. The Rough Riders defeated the Lions 33-29. It was the Toronto Argonauts 23, the Calgary Stampeders 20, and the Ottawa Red Blacks defeated the Edmonton Elks 16-12.
It's hard to say Elks. It's very weird. In Monday baseball action tonight on national television, the Reds are at Cleveland. That's a 5:10 start on ESPN+. The White Sox visit the Twins. It's a 7 p.m. first pitch on ESPN. On the Deuce, at 6 p.m., the Southeast Regional of the Little League World Series. It's Georgia, Florida in that winner's bracket final, I believe. So,
I believe that's right.
There you have it. That is
that game is at 6.
It is at 6 on the Deuce, ESPN2. That is your Monday Rundown on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports today. When we come back, we'll talk about those Braves. They're 5-1 over the last 6 games, and probably not going to not talk about the one game they lost. So,
Since we've already started.
anyway, we'll get to all of that and more on the other side of the break. Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Back after this.
Parks Motor Sales in Columbia has a large assortment of quality new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, a trusted sales staff, and financing plans that fit any budget. Visit Parks once and you'll quickly discover why people all over Middle Tennessee have been buying vehicles there for more than 60 years. And factory-certified technicians can service and repair your vehicle as long as you own it. Go to parksmotorsales.com or stop by the lot at 919 Nashville Highway and take a test drive today.
Are you thinking about a new fence? Maybe you need a pole barn. Then you should give Sands Fence Company a call. That's 931-309-1644. Will Sands has built his business based on the principles of honesty, quality, and integrity. Sands Fence Company has been in business for over 20 years, providing the community with farm, residential, and commercial fencing, as well as pole barns and buildings. Call today for a free estimate. Sands Fence Company, 931-309-1644. 931-309-1644.
Hi, I'm Steve, the garbage man. Have you been hauling your own garbage to the convenience center? Are you tired of doing it? Does your work schedule keep you from hauling it off regularly? Is your teenage son not taking it off like he promised when he got his driver's license? Do you have something better to do on Saturday? If any of these questions strike home to you, call the garbage man at 931-540-0919 and your problem will be solved.
Are you looking for a hometown jeweler? Maybe you're new to Maury County or have been traveling 30 miles or more to have your jewelry cared for. Well, you no longer have to. Hello, this is Rick Tillis of Tillis Jewelry right here in Columbia. We're located at 105 West 7th Street in downtown Columbia. We have a full-service repair shop that can repair your jewelry no matter where you purchased it. That's right, we work on all jewelry, even if you just need it cleaned and inspected. That is a service that is always free of charge and done while you wait in our beautiful store. Come see me at Tillis Jewelry. You will be glad you did.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter, like the drywall that somehow isn't. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Maury County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, Beck Dental Care has been the personalized and comfortable option for the health of your smile. The caring staff maintains a high level of safety protocols and attention to detail. Advanced technology provides your choice of sedation and the best of dental implant solutions to restore complete oral health. Open until 7 p.m. 2 nights a week. 931-388-8452. Beck Dental Care in Columbia, 1603 Rosewood Drive.
When the Braves play, Chris and Mo are talking about it.
Yeah, that's trash can juice.
Speak for yourself.
For better or worse, on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Back to the Lee Company studio. Yep, they're fans too. Here's Chris and Mo.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Bottom of the hour number 1 of this 2-hour edition of the show. Glad to have you along with us. If you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, our website, listening on WKOM or 94.5 The Eagle, WZYX, we are happy to have you. If you missed any part of the show or missed any part of today's show, go back and listen. You can either go back to our website and watch it on there. You can go back to Facebook. You can watch it there, or you can just listen to the podcast. The podcast links are available at sm-tnsports.com. So There you go.
Or wherever you get your podcast.
Wherever you get your podcast, you can just search SM-TN Sports. We'll get you. Mo, it's time to talk a little baseball.
It's always time to talk a little baseball.
It's never a bad time. And it's even less of a bad time when the Atlanta Braves are in second place, just a game out.
Are in second place, are 5-1 in their last 6, and should be 6-0.
Certainly should be 6-0. Will Smith, as I've said everywhere, it's perfectly fine to blow saves.
It happens.
In certain situations.
It happens. I mean, nobody's perfect. I mean, the other team is getting paid. And so, it happens. It's not like anytime somebody blows a save, it's like, throw him out. But Saturday was different.
It was different because he just didn't have it. And here's the thing. He's not had it a couple of times, and he's been able to get out of it.
He being Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
You can working the Luke Jackson experience is the Luke Jackson experience. I mean, this guy gave up a double in the 8th inning of that game. Mm-hmm. He gave up a double, walked a guy, had first and third with 2 outs, with 2 outs, a guy sends a shot, and Adam Duvall runs it down to the warning track. I mean, he hit the ball hard. Mm-hmm. It was a warning track shot that got him out of the inning. So it looks great in the box score, not a big deal.
Right.
Outside of, adding to your whip, nothing really hurt. But when you give up a 2-run, game-winning home run to a guy who was hitting .098 at the time in 35 at-bats, has never played in the big leagues before, has spent the last 4 years in minor league ball. That's not the guy that you can blow a save to if you are a $40 million closer.
And the thing about it at this point is, I don't know who you get more frustrated with. Is it the Will Smith, who is 22 for 25 in save opportunities, but gives up a game-winning home run to a guy who's batting under 100? Is it Will Smith that you're more frustrated with, or is it Brian Snitker that you're more frustrated with for bringing Richard Rodriguez on 2 innings earlier, who was closing games for Pittsburgh before you traded for him? And
also has blown 3 saves on the year. He's 14 of 17 in save opportunities.
In Pittsburgh.
But
has no save opportunities in Atlanta, right?
But crap. I mean, just because it's Pittsburgh don't mean nothing if you blowing saves.
A blown save is a blown save. I mean, I get that. My point is, he's not had a save opportunity since he got to Atlanta.
And yesterday we decided to go with Chris Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't understand. You said it. You texted me and said, why wouldn't you switch that?
I mean, you went to Rodriguez with 2 outs in the 7th.
Right.
He got the final out of the 7th. He got all 3 outs in the 8th. He had thrown 23 pitches. You could conceivably have brought him back for the 9th.
Probably.
And, my biggest fear was that we were going to see Will Smith again. So we did not get Richard Rodriguez back in the 9th. We did not see Will Smith. So split the difference, I guess. Chris Martin.
Of all the people, Chris Martin was the last one I thought we'd see.
I mean, I thought either you go back to Richard Rodriguez again for a 7-out close to the game, or which I guess it would have been a save because it was 5-2 when he came in, right?
Mm-hmm. No, at 5-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5-3.
So, I mean, you could have gotten him a 7-out save, or you roll the dice with Will Smith again. And I did not expect Chris Martin. You're right.
But it worked out. Martin gave up. I will tell you this. Martin's line versus how he pitched is the opposite of what Luke Jackson's was Saturday night. He pitched great, but the line doesn't look good. Because the run he gave up, one, he threw strike 3 the pitch before Zimmerman hit a double. The double Zimmerman hit wasn't a bad – I mean, it was a ball. He went down and got it.
And Adam Duvall will tell you that ball should have been caught.
I think if Ender Inciarte had been in center field, the ball would have been caught.
Ender Inciarte, who will be in Nashville this week, by the way, with the Louisville Bats.
Might want to go see him, get his autograph. I'm serious. I may see if I can get a picture with the man.
You're bringing up that strike to Zimmerman that was not called, brings the focus to the other Smith.
Yeah.
On the Braves roster, who is underachieving. I have never been more excited to see a guy come off the injured list than I am to see Travis d'Arnaud rejoin the Braves. And everybody else on Twitter is trying to temper my excitement by telling me, it's really going to be so Barvish to see them send Stephen Vogt out.
And I could see it happening because I think Kevin Smith may be the Charlie, what was his name?
O'Brien?
Charlie O'Brien to Greg Maddux as Kevin Smith is to Max Fried. I don't know.
I think Max Fried would rather have somebody on base when he's at the plate than pitch to Kevin Smith.
I'm just saying.
I can see it happening just because, for the same reason we continue to run Will Smith out there in save situations. I can see Kevin Smith being the guy that stays and Stephen Vogt being the guy that goes when d'Arnaud is activated.
Just
doesn't mean it makes sense.
Just pray. Pray it doesn't happen. Dear Lord Jesus.
Oh, goodness.
We'll try anything at this point. Kevin Smith's got to go because you're right. That was strike 3, but Smith, instead of catching it, as was noted on the broadcast, with his thumb under it, he drops to his knees and lets it hit the ground, and of course you're not going to get that strike.
Yeah.
You're just not. And then the very next pitch, he throws it better under the strike zone, and Zimmerman goes and gets it.
Yeah.
So,
well, again, the other team is getting paid too.
And Zimmerman is a guy that is getting paid. Riley Adams is a guy who's taking up space because the Nationals sold.
Yeah.
That's what Riley Adams is. And that's, if you've never heard that name before, it's because
there's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's the situation the Braves are in. They're in second place. They should be, what are they, a game and a half behind? They should be only a half game behind instead of a game and a half. But
we'll take it because they're trending in the right direction right now. They're 57-55. Idle tonight. They play Cincinnati tomorrow night. Is that a 4-game series or a 3? That's a 3-game series tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Starts tomorrow at 6:20. Again, pregame on our sister station, 103.7 WKRM FM. Starts at 5:05. The Braves won 2 of 3 in this series against the Nats. Won 8-4 on Friday night. Lost 3-2 on Saturday, as we have discussed ad nauseum. And won 5-4 yesterday.
I do like the batting order.
The batting order, I tweeted something yesterday before the game. This is getting a little monotonous.
Which is a positive.
It really is, yeah. Folks are starting to settle into some roles, and with the addition of some outfielders, the lineup has gotten deeper.
Here's the problem. It's going to get shaken up again when TDA comes back.
It'll get shaken up, but that's okay. I don't think it'll get shaken up in a draw out of a hat kind of shake up. I think he slips in there maybe in the 6 hole and
Yeah, he'll probably start in
and
7.
then 6 and 7 slide to 7 and 8, and you go on. I think he'll be in the 6th spot. But 6, 7
immediately.
I do.
I don't know, man. Who you got in 5? Dansby?
Yeah. For now.
And then Duval at 7? See, I almost think Duval would be 6 for now.
And Darno is 7?
Just to get him acclimated.
Okay. That's fair.
But either way, didn't you're hitting Jock 8th? Jeez. It's like having a second leadoff.
Yep. And like I said, that lineup gets really long.
Really long.
At that point. So
and this is without Ronald Acuna Jr. Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, again,
this is good.
I would still like to have seen a bullpen arm added at the trade deadline, but you can't argue with Anthopoulos going out and he did. I'll take that back. He did go get Rodriguez. You can't argue with the Soler trade and
you can't.
And with getting Duval back, I think George Plaster must have really been in his ear on that one.
I think he was.
But it's worked out well to this point.
To this point, it has, no doubt. Give us this day in Braves history as you have some local flavor.
August 9, 2011, Dan Uggla's infield base hit in the 5th inning against his former team extends his hitting streak to 30 games. A former Columbia Central standout who was supposed to have been a 2020 Columbia Central Athletics Hall of Fame inductee, but the actual induction did not take place. I think that's coming up.
Wonder why.
Yeah. The former Columbia Central standout went 1 for 6 as the Braves defeated the Florida Marlins 4-3-11. With that performance, Uggla is now 1 game short of the Atlanta franchise record of 31 set by Rico Carty in 1970. So stay tuned. Dan Uggla, 30 straight and counting.
Dan Uggla. Nashville Sounds idle tonight. Took a 4-2 win on Sunday over Toledo and ended the homestand 8-5.
Yeah, they had that doubleheader against Toledo on Wednesday after they had a rain out up there back in May. So that's where you kind of got the odd number.
But you get Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville comes to town.
No. They go 2.
Oh, they go. Oh, I'm not going to Louisville then. I thought you said he was going to be in Nashville.
I did say that. I misspoke.
Man,
my bad.
You got me all excited for nothing.
It's only 3 hours.
It's not that far. And guess what's on the way? Bourbon.
Nice park, too.
Yeah.
Sitting right there on the river.
I don't think I can go to Louisville. I think I misplaced a toll booth ticket one time, and I think they might arrest me if I go up there. I'm not sure I'm allowed.
Hate when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
At any rate, that's a 5:30 start tomorrow.
If you're going, pay your tolls.
Yeah, at Louisville Slugger Field. So start of a 6-game series up there tomorrow.
That's going to do it for segment number 2. We got to talk football. High school football coming your way on the other side of the break. That's always fun. So stick around on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Back to the Lee Company studio right after this.
One-stop shopping. That's why so many people shop Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Columbia. As the #1 volume CDJR dealer in Tennessee, we offer the largest selection of new Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. And when you have the largest selection of new, you have the largest selection of used, too. Combine that with state-of-the-art, fast, accurate service, and you've got Tennessee's #1 volume dealer. Shop online at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Columbia.net. Middle Tennessee's Ram Truck and Jeep headquarters. You can count on us. Based on combined retail and fleet sales as reported by Chrysler in the state of Tennessee in 2019.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get a small drink or fries or snack shake. And for the low, low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meats.
Dollar price valid for small fries and drinks, snack shakes, and classic sliders. Available at participating locations for a limited time.
Nice Traeger grill. Thanks, man. Hiller gave it to us for free when I bought my new HVAC unit. We also upgraded to a tankless water heater and got this free Yeti cooler. What a deal.
This month, when you buy select new HVAC systems from Hiller, we'll give you a free Traeger grill. And you'll get a free Yeti cooler when you buy a new tankless water heater. Enjoy great upgrades for your home and some free backyard upgrades for your family. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Serving Murray County for 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has provided the highest quality jewelry at the very best prices. They work hard to make their customers happy, and it's paid off. Their customers keep going back. Quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. We offer jewelry loans up to $4,500, and we will buy your gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still the same. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Terrence here at Shepherd Lumberyard, where we value you, the customer. We've been serving Columbia and surrounding areas since 1946. We're located in our new location at 103 Cemetery Avenue. Anything that has to do with building or remodeling, we're here to assist. When you shop local, you help shape the community. We are locally owned, family owned, and veteran owned. And by the way, God is in charge. You can reach us at 931-388-3612, and our website is shepherdlumberyard@yahoo.com.
Local sports talk you'll only find here. It's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Live from the Lee Company studio with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Yao.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yao, Mo Patton, JP Plant. Happy to have you all along with us on this beautiful Monday. Kind of rained on me as I was turning off of I-65, and I got like 4 or 5 raindrops, and then I drove and nothing. So I turned my headlights on, and that was when it stopped. I thought, okay, well.
You sure it wasn't somebody in front of you cleaning off their windshield?
It seemed to be pretty heavy raindrops, but it very well could have been. I mean, it was nothing. I was like, well, all righty then, whatever you say. So it's a nice Monday out there. It's not too hot, which is unusual this time of year. So I'll take it. I bet the high school football players out on the practice field will also take it.
The high school football players will take it. The high school football coaches would probably prefer that it be about 5-7 degrees warmer, because
that's
you know
what it's going to be on Friday.
Exactly. Yep.
I'll tell you, and I've told you this story. I may have said it on these airwaves about the head coach at East Lawrence High School. Every day he would say, "Coach, how hot is it in Tahlequah, Oklahoma?" And every day it'd be hotter than wherever they were. So he'd just tell them to hush up. Somebody else got it worse. Tahlequah High School is dealing with it. You guys hush. So there you go.
Why Tahlequah, Oklahoma?
I think he just likes saying Tahlequah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I have no idea.
That's fair. It is kind of fun to say.
It's fun to say. So there you go. As we get ready to talk high school football, I want to mention that when we talked about the Pickett County situation last week, I had mentioned that maybe some of those teams that Zion Christian had to drop could potentially find new dance partners
against Pickett County's opponents.
That did not happen. The two options that I kind of threw out there, Mount Pleasant and Summertown. Sale Creek.
Was it Mount Pleasant, Summertown, or was it Mount Pleasant, Richland?
Richland
no, it was
already had a
Summertown.
game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Summertown was potentially had an opening with Sale Creek, which is out there. But anyway, Sale Creek had already picked up a game. I don't know how they had one that quick because, I mean, I was on the phone immediately after seeing the story. So I don't know how Sale Creek must have had somebody on the back side, ready to go. Right. Probably, I wonder if they're going to play the Nighthawks. Is anybody playing the Nighthawks? We have a.
I've not seen the Nighthawks show up on any of our local schedules.
No, that's sad. But so Summertown will not be able to pick up that game against Sale Creek, and apparently Whitwell and Mount Pleasant could not agree on who would be home team first. So
in what is supposed to be a home contract.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, probably a good call on Mount Pleasant's part to
step away,
to be cautious there. Yeah. So I'm not mad at either one of them. It is what it is. I was hoping to get that extra game in, but I'm sure they were too. They just couldn't make it happen, and that's unfortunate. So it is what it is. Let's talk a little about Spring Hill, because stop us if you've heard this before. There's questions at the quarterback spot. I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. There's questions. Plenty of them.
Yeah, they've been working a junior transfer from Ravenwood at the quarterback position, whose name immediately escapes me, unfortunately. I think it's just because I'm old.
Which one?
Connor, maybe.
Which you said the junior?
It's a junior transfer from Ravenwood. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Connor Swan.
There we go. Thank you. I said Connor.
Yeah, I was
sorry. You looked at me like I had three eyes.
That's why I was.
Yeah. Connor Swan got the first string snaps in their scrimmage last Tuesday night against Columbia Academy. We've not talked to Ben Martin since they went to East Hickman for a three-way scrimmage on Friday against the Eagles and against the Eagles. It was East Hickman and Summertown. So
there you go.
Yeah, we've not checked in with him since then. Don't know if things got any more clear at that position, but they repped three quarterbacks against CA: Connor Swan, Scott Carter, and
Chance Harmon.
Thank you. And Chance gives them a chance, I think, just for the fact that he can do some things with his feet. So, I mean, when you can turn nothing into something by pulling it down and getting upfield, particularly until they can get their offensive line play
right
a little bit more solidified, I think that's a option that they've really got to take a long, hard look at, because line play was not great Tuesday night,
and honestly has been their biggest problem over the last 3 years. I mean, it was one of their biggest positives during the Dante Smith era, but
of course, to be fair, your line doesn't have to be nearly as great when you've got a kid who's now getting regular reps at Georgia Tech running behind you.
But they did. I mean, they had a couple of really good guys.
You're right.
I mean, and they haven't had that.
And so much of that stuff is cyclical.
Yep. Especially at the big guy position.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate situation that Spring Hill finds itself in is that they've got a lot of kids coming to school there, and none of them play football.
Yeah, and they are, with them moving up to Region 6-5A, they are a small 5A school.
And really, football numbers wise, they're smaller than that. It's, I mean, they're really playing with 3A numbers, at the 5A level,
right.
and they're struggling to do that, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see that happen. So that's tough for Ben Martin, and I know that it's a struggle for that school and those kids. It's really got to be a point of emphasis over the next few years at the middle school level to really hone, now that they have 2 middle schools that specifically feed Spring Hill, because typically used to EA Cox, you had half of them coming to Spring Hill and half of them going to Columbia Central. Now you've got 2 feeding directly into Spring Hill. So
in Battle Creek and Spring Hill.
You've got to really focus in on those kids.
Yeah. And as we said, going to Region 6-5A this time around, not exactly an easy schedule. They open August 20th at Bowling Green, Greenwood. Take on, not defending, 2020 Class 5A State Champion Summit on the 27th in Spring Hill. Open region play at Page on Labor Day weekend, followed by consecutive home games against Lewis County, Lincoln County, and Coffee County, the middle of which is a region game. Travel to Nolensville on October 1st, followed by a road trip on October 15th to Franklin County. And then October 22nd, they go to Mount Pleasant, finish up at home on October 29th in the Backyard Bowl against Columbia Central, quite possibly with a playoff berth on the line.
Could very well see it. This is tough for them. I think they've got to battle with Franklin County and Lincoln County for that 4th spot, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's going to come out with it, because I think it is going to be a battle.
Here's the thing. Again, if they get pretty good line play on offense, I think Caden Martin and Mac Ritchie can get some things done in the run game that could really be helpful in a lot of ways.
Mac Ritchie was a huge addition to their offense midway through last year. So I think he's the guy to watch. Number 10, check him out. In the backfield and as a linebacker. He's really good on both sides. So there you go. That's going to do it for hour number 1 of the show. Typically, we would have Chip Walters coming up on the other side of the break, but we do not today. We have him coming up tomorrow. So if you're waiting on Chip, 24 hours.
Stick with us.
We'll have him then.
Yeah.
If you're just, hanging out, we got college football coming up. Talk a little pro football. Peyton Manning, NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame busts, and we'll talk IndyCar, and talk a little bit with T. Willie on the other side of the hour. So stick around on Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Mandating vaccines for the military. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. The Pentagon today announcing it will require all members of the armed forces to get coronavirus vaccinations.
In a memo to troops, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says everyone must get a COVID vaccine by September 15th or immediately upon full approval of the FDA, whichever comes first. The directive comes as the Delta variant continues to spread, and after President Biden directed the Pentagon last week to develop a plan to require shots as part of a broader effort to boost vaccinations across the federal government. Military officials have said that once a vaccine is mandated, a refusal could constitute failure to obey an order and may be punishable under the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. The Senate is expected to take a final vote tonight or early tomorrow morning on a roughly $1 trillion infrastructure plan. The Biden administration says about about $5 billion will be made available to communities to counter costs associated with weather extremes.
The largest portion, almost $3.5 billion, will give states, tribes, and territories funds to prepare for natural disasters and effects of climate change. $1 billion in grants will go towards shoring up community infrastructure that weather can affect. A third category provides $160 million for preventive work in flood-prone areas. The Biden administration cites the rising number of multi-billion-dollar losses from recent weather events as a reason for pre-disaster investments.
Fox's Gernal Scott. President Biden says the U.S. is levying new sanctions against Belarus, marking the one-year anniversary of Alexander Lukashenko's election win that the U.S. and international community said was fraught with irregularities. The White House also noting the forced landing of a European airliner traveling through the country's airspace to arrest an opposition journalist aboard. America's listening to Fox News.
School's out for summer, but if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program to those ready to graduate.
Head to netsuite.com/Fox right now. netsuite.com/Fox.
A judge has ruled in favor of Norwegian Cruise Line's coronavirus vaccination policy.
A federal judge says the state of Florida has no ability to tell Norwegian Cruise Lines they can't require proof of vaccination for passengers who wish to sail with them. Governor Ron DeSantis had ordered cruise lines can't mandate so-called vaccine passports, and state lawmakers followed that executive order with legislation. Norwegian is planning to have one of their ships sail from Miami on August 15th. Carnival Cruises before the weekend announced they, too, would require passengers be vaccinated. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
The U.S. is averaging 100,000 new COVID cases per day, with Florida hit especially hard, reporting a record high number of infections last week. In Louisiana, the pandemic-delayed New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, rescheduled for October, has been put off this year, with organizers citing the current exponential growth of new COVID cases in the city and region, saying it will return in late April of next year. France is initiating new rules designed to slow the spread of coronavirus and encourage people to get vaccinated.
From today, people across France are required to carry a special COVID-19 health pass if they want to access a host of places, including cafes, restaurants, and long-distance travel. It shows the person has either been vaccinated or tested negative or recently recovered from the disease. The introduction of the pass has led to protests, but it also appears to have sent people racing to vaccine centres. France's vaccination rate has jumped in recent weeks. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
Marky Post has died. The actor best known for playing the public defender in the 1980s sitcom Night Court was 70. Post also appeared in a number of other shows, including Cheers and Scrubs. Her manager says Post died Saturday in Los Angeles after a years-long battle with cancer. I'm Rich Dennison, and this is Fox News.
When you're running a business, when is it convenient to go to the post office? On your lunch break? At the end of the day? Saturday? How about never? Because Stamps.com brings the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer with postage on demand. No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. No more wasted time. It's easy to start, and you'll be printing postage in minutes. Print postage for letters and packages and schedule pickups right from your home or office 24/7 with Stamps.com. Nearly 1 million businesses use Stamps.com and get discounts up to 40% off post office rates and now up to 66% off UPS shipping rates. Plus, with Stamps.com, there are no long-term contracts and no risk. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone, and enter code FOX for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and an easy-to-use digital scale. Save time, save money. Sign up at Stamps.com. Click the microphone and enter code FOX. That's Stamps.com, code FOX.
preps to pros and everything in between. It's Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today. Live from the Lee Company studio. With the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, here's Chris Young.
Welcome back into Southern Middle Tennessee Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Coming to you from the Lee Company studio, WZYX 94.5 The Eagle, WKOM 101.7 FM, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, sm-tnsports.com. Wherever you happen to be hearing us, if it's on the podcast, we appreciate you being there as well. Glad to have you. It's going to be a really interesting fall throughout college sports, so I'm excited to get to that point. But first, before we talk college football, we need to tell you about our friend Jason Egley, who takes care of all of your insurance needs across the board. Farmers agent Jason Egley. You can give him a call at 615-250-2723. Visit farmersagent.com/Jason Egley. If you're an educator, Jason's going to give you a discount on your insurance premiums, so make sure that you take care of that as well. So there you have it. Jason Egley, 615-250-2723. I don't have the disclaimer. It's underwritten by. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state. Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance.
There you go.
I think one disclaimer.
Once is enough. Are you sure? I don't know. They didn't tell me.
They didn't. Did they say you had to play it multiple times?
No.
Okay, then
See,
once is enough.
We're still getting used to our new surroundings.
Couple of bugs to work out.
Oh, a couple kinks.
Happens.
It's okay. This show we have never ever claimed to be the most professional or perfect show. We have, however, claimed to have the most timely and comprehensive coverage of sports in and around Southern Middle Tennessee. That we can handle. And this segment has nothing to do with Southern Middle Tennessee. But we got to talk about Scott Cochran, as he has stepped away from the University of Georgia. You know, a lot of folks thought when he left to go to Georgia from Alabama